White leader's skin suit. They've moved the tangerine hearts to his forearms. They rather looked like padded shoulders earlier. I wonder how much say they've got in the technicality of his skin suit, if it is the race-provided one.
Well, it definitely is a race-provided suit, but looking at that suit, it looks like they've done a fair amount of work where they're looking at the panels and the seams and everything on the suit itself.
Look well fitted.
Yeah, it looks very well fitted for a generic suit. Most of the guys here now, certainly if you're a time trial specialist, will have a custom-made suit specifically done for you to eliminate any kind of material flapping around in the wind or anything like that.
Yeah, I have seen some of the smaller guys who've come in as race leaders looking like they're wearing a sack of potatoes on occasion, but is Greipel coming through now? Not bad at all. 11.97, 7th quickest through the split. Whether he'll be able to sustain it in the latter part of the course remains to be seen. Greipel there badging himself up maybe for a one of those riders who could drift into the classics as per Bradley Wiggins.
Yeah, just looking at Kung here, he's pedaling very nicely, quite a high cadence at this particular point. Question is, has he got anything left on that for that final run-in?
Viviani with a good time as well. You've got some quality riders coming through, and some of the sprinters have really sort of reached out. That's a good time for him, you know. Giving away 10.97. Viviani would have to ride the time trial of his life if he's going to get on the podium, but I guess stranger things have happened. Viviani starting the day 54 seconds down, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of time to make up. It would have to embarrass some of those further ahead of him who generally at time trialing skills have a bit of a bigger set.
And effectively be within 6 seconds of Bradley Wiggins this time.
Not going to happen. There are others that are going to suffer at that sword as well.
Let's see what Yves Lampert has done. 18.5.
Very, very good. Yves Lampert comes to the line. 5th quickest, 6th in fact, 34.67 seconds down. Bradley Wiggins' time still very, very solid. So, Steindewalde versus Lars Bak. And indeed Alexander Kristoff. Who's going to be champion at the end of today? Come on.
Oh, well, I'm putting my money on Steindewalde.
It would be great. You know, it'd be a huge fillip to him as well, as he's suddenly now team principal for Trek Factory Racing ahead of Flanders, in the absence, of course, of not only Stiegmans, but also the great Fabian Cancellara, who essentially sat down on a hard road after being thrown from his bike and cracked 3 vertebrae. Ouch. We still don't know the medical prognosis for Fabian, but he is a battler, and if he's got a chance of coming back at his absolute strongest, it will be a short road for him, thank goodness. Deby, then, this is good, you know. Check this out.
Yeah, it's not a bad ride by Deby. He's certainly been looking strong.
You've called him as one to watch out for the last couple of days, to be honest, and he's proving he's got a good all-round package.
Yeah, and I think Lotto Soudal, all of the riders are looking like they're coming into form right in the time for Tour of Flanders, which is obviously their sort of main objective of the year, really. Belgian team on Belgian roads. If they were able to walk away with a win in Flanders, that would be a huge thing for them and their sponsors. So being able to have so many riders up there at this stage, and everyone clearly firing on all cylinders, they're looking good for Sunday.
Stefan King on road now. So is Steindewalde. Everyone be very scared. He is such a compact and amazing athlete. He's had a long career as well, and he's managed to sustain it partially due to a mindset which is a never say die.
No, he's a very big fighter, and I remember racing against Stein when he just got onto the scene in what is effectively the top sport Flandern team right now. Him and I spent a day out in a breakaway, and I'm glad to say that I put him away that day.
How old was he?
I can't remember actually. No, he would have been 19 or something, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah. Well, I wonder who's going to put him away or have a chance of doing that when it comes to Flanders. He's rapidly shortening in terms of odds as the bookmakers catch up to the fact that he is the principal rider. He's won it before, ex-Belgian champion, of course, and he's going to have the crowd behind him, which will be substantial if the rain stays away. As it looks, it will.
Oh, the crowds will be out on for Tour of Flanders, whether it's rain, snow, hail, or sunshine. So no doubt De Wolstein will have a massive amount of people helping him, cheering him on.
Check this out. That's as close as, damn it, to Bradley Wiggins' time. 5:43 down. Steindewalde could well be heading for the title, and what a thing to carry into a crucial weekend for him at the end. Let's be fair, at the sort of tail end of his career, still very much fighting and whipping everybody, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. He lost possibly a little bit more time to Bradley than I thought over that first part of the course, but then he may just have held back a fraction to have something left in the tank. As we got Christoph here on our screen, big gear, where we used to see him ride.
Sorry, Magnus, he doesn't look overly comfortable. He's riding out right on the front rivet there, as you can see. At least he's holding that station, or as he slips back in the saddle, he's not at his most comfortable, let's put it that way. The more you have to readjust your position, the worse it is. Let's see how he goes. There's Christoph coming into Bradley Wiggins' time. It's not bad, you know.
It's certainly not bad, although riding that big gear at this stage already of the time trial, I think he's going to end up losing a fair bit more time on the final sort of running towards the finish. He's only a second back on Stein de Volder, so he's doing all right so far. I think, though, Alexander Christoph could do with a couple of hours in the wind tunnel with his time trial bike to effectively get more aerodynamic and go a bit quicker again.
Talking about seat comfort, there has been suggestions of textured saddles, even
sandpaper.
Yeah, exactly, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's not banned, so I just fail to understand why those guys. It's not particularly bad. I'll just add, as far as Christoph is concerned, but I've seen some riders just dancing all over it on crucial days and thinking, for goodness sake, just get yourself a grippy saddle.
Yeah. A lot of the time, when you end up shifting yourself around on the saddle, it's actually coming down to your position not being ideal. Also got to do with core strength. Clearly, Christoph is a very strong rider and got an immense amount of upper body strength. And sometimes you use your upper body so much in pulling against the power that you're pressing down. You're pulling yourself forward on the saddle, and that alters the pedaling position. So sometimes, certainly if you're turning a bigger gear, you want to be sitting slightly further back. As Nielsen is coming across the line here, not a super fast time trial, but still not bad.
Solid 24th, but he's in the 19s. Bradley Wiggins in the 17s. It shows you it's a bit of a country mile at the moment. It might be approached that time a little bit later on as Adriato, our Brazilian friend, comes across the line. He's had a good run, you know. Yes, Adriato been quite a feature on a number of days here in Japan. Good to see some of those lesser teams. He was principal rider for his own team, incidentally, which is Southeast. The Brazilian did a good job of keeping them in the fore of our consciousness. Here is King. What's he got? Well, quite a lot, to be honest. Can he get in the 17s? It's going to be very, very tight, but terrific ride by the young Swiss from Team BMC. Oh, he makes it just by 0.03 of a second. A little bit more than that, I beg your pardon, but there we are. Just shy of half a second, in fact. He trims into the 17s. Badged up for glory. That was a great time trial by the man.
It was a very good time trial, and lost out on that with 10 seconds to Bradley, and he had 2 seconds on him already before the start of the stage on the general classification. So just coming up a bit short and holding his position.
There we are. So where do you think Bradley will finish overall in this? I'm not talking about the time trial.
I'm thinking probably about 4th or 5th.
Wow, top 5 for Brad on the approach to a busy period for him. He's thinking Paris-Roubaix, of course. This man is thinking about holding on to the leader's jersey and taking the title. He's missed 100%, don't forget, Christoph. He's won all 3 of the stages that we've had so far. The 3rd of those coming this morning, 111.4 kilometres, excuse me. Stein de Volder on your screen, though, is the man, perhaps. Let's see what he's got. Oh, big check-up, double check almost, coming into this corner, giving a lot of respect.
Yeah, definitely good, but you're going across tram lines as well. You want to make sure that you square the bike up a bit going across them so you don't end up hitting through and getting a pinch puncture. But look at the difference in style of these 2 riders as well. Sean DeBee.
Yeah, back out and on the road. I'm liking this young chap, actually, Sean DeBee. You said keep an eye, and we have.
Yeah, definitely. But why haven't we kept an eye on Lars Bak? What's he done?
Yes. Well, it's not at our behest, I'm afraid. We're not driving this one. But De Bie obviously is a bit of a Belgian favourite, but can't understand why Lars Bak is being ignored for the time being. It may well be a transponder from his particular motorcycle. Send the helicopter over as soon as you can. Here we go. Sasha Modolo, expected a bit more from him, particularly this morning. Finishing third place, incidentally, on a stage he won last year, and gives away 1:24. I think he was just riding it out, frankly, and nursing that green jersey, albeit as a skin suit, on behalf of Alexander Kristoff, who leads those points standings. Here he is right now, our overall leader, with the white skin suit for the white jersey. I'm not sure he's going to hold on to it.
Well, the problem we got in, when looking at a rider like Kristoff, who's turning this huge gear over, is that it doesn't look very fast, but it can be a bit deceiving. Good to see this split picture again, and you can see the difference between in pedaling style between De Volder, who's turning over a much higher cadence, a bit more fluid on the bike than what Kristoff is, who is just going on brute strength and willpower.
Seems that way. Will he have the will? He certainly has over the last 3 stages, but this man, Stein De Volder, raft of experience for him, and as we said, he's got an important weekend with Flanders, and we'll be there live, we'll remind you. Please don't miss out on Sunday. Andre Greipel, very good time from Greipel, dug deep, showing what he's in great condition. It's going to be a top 10 for him, perhaps. And it is, just for now anyway, 9th quickest, gives away 42 seconds, but it's not his game time trialling, and that was gutsy.
Yeah, definitely. But I love the way Greipel is. He always, if he's got a number on, he gives it 100%. And yeah, what can you say more than that?
There he is. Greipel features on the leaderboard at the moment. Bradley Wiggins dominant. Stefan King also going underneath the 18-minute mark. Only those two, but giving away 10 seconds to Bradley Wiggins. I think King will take that, frankly. That was a great performance. Jean De Bie heading into town in a few moments' time. There it is, 2Ks to go. Air marker. He's in the middle of that beach run. Meanwhile, Viviani, another sprinter with something to prove. He'd like to take the Greipel scalp. I don't think he's going to get there. Just outside the top 10, I think, by the time he manages to finish, but you never know. Cramped together here, and there it is, 11th place for Viviani, 44.56 down. Well, Magnus has been doing the maths. I guess this man, what's he got to do to take it?
Well, he's got to be...
he's got to go quickly.
He's got to be 38 seconds, inside 38 seconds on Bradley Wiggins, and be a second faster than Lars Bak, and then 22 seconds faster than Kristoff.
Simple as.
Yeah,
so,
that's straightforward.
That's his job. 35 years of age, an August baby, in fact born on the 29th of August.
Ooh, De Bie was going full gas through that one. There was no holding back.
Certainly was. He had to back out of it a bit. You can carry some speed in, but if you get your line wrong, there's a big price to pay.
Yeah, definitely a big price to pay at that corner.
There we are, just tries to keep the bike horizontal yet again. Bradley Wiggins almost unseated himself and leant out MotoGP style going round there. It was quite a sight. Here we go then. Bistrom. Line ahead, we're doing them the honours. He's had a good run out there during this event, but well, it's all about the top dogs for now, and we still have 4 to come. Bystrom starting the day in 5th place. I think he's going to be cuckolded out of that by Bradley Wiggins, courtesy of that monster performance that he's just produced. Meanwhile, De Bie comes in, is still almost shouldering the barriers.
Yeah, it's full commitment from De Bie.
It is, it's a great effort by him, but
I really wanted to see what Lars Bak is up to, though, coming in a minute behind here.
It's a shame we're not staying there, to be honest. Lars Bak being Danish, I suppose, De Bie being Belgian. We're at the mercy of our local television providers, I'm afraid, in this regard, which is a bit of a shame. Back to Lars Bak if we can. I'm still wondering whether the shaking the fist at some of the fans here asking for water bottles. Meanwhile, Stein De Volder, we've largely ignored Lars Bak, unfortunately, which is a shame. This is Stein De Volder, 35 years of age, born on the 29th of August. Clearly didn't hamper him on what he knows about cycling, but those of you who've got kids know that 29th of August is not a great time to be born. You basically end up being a year younger than just about everybody else in your school class. Well, maybe that gave him his fighting spirit. He's displaying it now.
Certainly is, and going very well indeed. Lars back coming in.
Finally, we get a time
quite a bit
on him.
slower than what I expected. That's back out of the game for overall honours.
Not going to take the title. How far down the order will he finish? And he's shipping time here. It's a leaking boat, I'm afraid. Oh dear, 53.66 down.
Yeah, lost all of that, and that's Bradley Wiggins onto the podium, I want to say.
Wow. Here we go then. Steinewolde. Here he is. Full business suit, I guess you might say. He's in the 18s, but it's the comparison between himself, Back, who we've just seen looking a little bit down at heart. This man way up there. What a performance. Fourth quickest. I think he may well have just taken the title.
Yeah, it's all down to Christoph now. Has he been able to match the times of De Volder? And here we got Christoph coming through the final couple of corners, but definitely De Volder looking good for the title. Bradley Wiggins in second place at the moment, but with Christoph left to come in.
Oh, way into the parked cars and then gets back off the bricks and onto the tarmac. He knows what he's got to do, and maybe it's within grasp, but the clock will tell us as he comes round. Check him out. He's still got some way to go. 300 metres.
300 metres to go. He's got to make this. He's got 22 seconds on Stein De Volder, so it's very much possible. I think he could do with one of his phenomenal sprints right now.
Well, he needs to dig as deep as he possibly can. It's going to get to it on countback. He's going to get there. He's going to keep the title. Oh, what about that? Third on the day. Magnus Backstedt stands up and gives him a salute, and I'm not surprised. Wow.
Well, he actually beat Stein De Volder in that time trial, so clearly a worthy winner.
You know, he didn't win the time trial, but he won everything else, and he's gone and taken the title. His team come up telling him what he's done at the moment. There's not a great deal of communication going on. Give me a drink, he said. How much has he earned that?
Well, he said, did I win or what? And he straight away got the answer. Well, third on the TT, and yes, you won. Good boy. Nothing helps refresh an athlete than good news. I keep an eye on this man on Sunday. He's in super form.
God, he's scary, isn't he? Wouldn't be surprised to see him and De Volder duking it out yet again. Well, I think we're going to have a brief chat with him. Let's hope so. So what a performance. To be honest, he didn't look comfortable. He didn't look... Well, we were questioning about his gearing, and we had the answer at the end. Good enough to deliver. Bradley Wiggins takes the time trial ahead of Stephen King of BMC. Alexander Kristoff, of all the contenders, finished in third place. 18 seconds down, same mark as Van Kiersbulk, the former champion, who hands over the title to Alexander Kristoff after Stein De Volder finished a second behind Kristoff in the time trial. Of course, he trailed him at the top of the day by 22 seconds. What a performance that was. What a time trial. Oh, and the old boys with the beers. It's about that time of year the beer flies start to make a nuisance of themselves. This man, well, he'd be making a nuisance of himself, believe me.